this video, we're going to go into an approach for cutting straight hair. And the first thing you want to do is prepare the hair for proper cutting. You want to comb the hair in the direction that it grows, and then we're going to slightly adjust the way that we cut, the style that we use to cut. So let's begin. The model I'm using here is my nephew Cameron, and as you can see, when I start out, my main objective is to find how it is that the hair naturally grows and to comb it in that direction. And that's going to be important because the way that we're going to even him out is by cutting against the grain. And here you'll see me use a method that I used so many times before. I'm going to edge up at the beginning so that I won't lose any integrity of his outline. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm using the T edges from Andes on his neck at the back, making sure that when I use that, it's not too sharp so that it doesn't cut him. And matter of fact, on him you can basically use it all the way around because of his age and because of the fact that his skin is a little bit more tender than someone who would be older than him. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm going in and I'm dropping in all of the nice shapes for the line and making sure that everything turns out to be crisp and clean just like I like it. And so of course what we're trying to accomplish here is that box in the front and then a C shape on the sides. And so as I step back, I see that that's okay. So now I'll proceed to the front, and here are the infamous wall detailers, and I'm using this across the front of his head to get a more defined line for him. I wouldn't use those on his neck because quite frankly they're a little bit too sharp. And so now here I am going against the grain with a number 2 so that I can even everything out, making sure to get rid of all of the excess hair. And so now you can see why it was so important to comb the hair in the direction that it grows, because now I can use that hair, I can use that pattern of the hair rather to go in and cut against the grain, and so that the hair looks very well. And so here's the finished product. I've taken it down quite a bit, and it looks really good. And so I felt it necessary at this point to take my nephew's hair down a little bit lower than the number 2 against the grain. And so I went in with a number 1 all the way open, and then I progressively went down until I felt that his hair was low enough, and still maintaining his outline and still making sure that things look good for him, because he is about to start school. So I had to make sure that he went to school and that he looked the way that his father wanted him to. So that was a good job. And so here is the finished product, all edged up and ready to go. Wasn't a very difficult procedure at all whatsoever. So let's recap. And so what we've come to understand about straight hair is that it's primarily it's different in the way that you would cut anyone with coarse hair. And so one of the things that you would have to do, you would have to comb the hair in the direction that it grows, so that when you started to go against the grain, it would cut, and it would cut evenly. And then also edging up early would maintain the hairline because of the fact that you're going against the grain. And usually when I go against the grain, I make it a point to edge up early. And so you would go against the grain until you get it to the desired length, and then you could taper it or fade it as normal, as you normally would, in a progressive nature, going up and flicking away. And then after you've done that, then clean up the areas in the taper or the fade that may require it.